Today, we're gonna talk about living in Europe. This is based on my personal experience. Growing up in the New York, New Jersey area and moving to Amsterdam, Netherlands, a lot of Americans have a fantasy about living in Europe. It looks so picturesque in movies and photos. In some parts, it's almost as if you're living in a storybook. We're gonna go over some of the realities, the pros and cons, or just the differences that there are coming from America and moving to Europe. There are many similarities between living in else going on and you show up, it may be closed for no rhyme or reason. So that is something to take into account, as well as there is no tipping system in Europe. There may be in the cities, and that they may have gotten accustomed to Americans or tourists coming and tipping, but normally it is not a thing to tip. Therefore, the customer service will not be at the same level as you may be used to. You should expect to wait for a while before you're asked if you need help or asked if you need something else, or even just to get your bill. There is a difference in pay if you're working in Europe. Normally, you are paid once a month, and there are more taxes that come out of your pay. The taxes go towards healthcare, universal healthcare, and free schooling. There, your healthcare is not attached to your job. It is very affordable for you to have healthcare for yourself, no matter what your employment status is. Also, they have a very good work-life balance. If you want to take vacation time, you can take 3 weeks at a time. No questions, no problems to go and travel. It is easy to travel to other countries, and most places, most European countries have very good public transportation, such as the trains, that will get you almost anywhere you'd like to go. The delivery system is different, especially in Amsterdam. I remember when I got a knock on my door and was asked to accept a package for one of my neighbors. This is common there, to take packages for your neighbors, and then they will come to get them. Or if you are not home, there is usually a location. In this case, it was a small convenience store where packages are dropped off, and it's your responsibility to go pick them up. One of the other things was being able to get a cell phone when I moved there. I should say more like a cell phone plan. My phone was capable to use globally, but in order to sign up for a cell phone plan, you needed to have a you up with a cell phone plan. And for internet service, it is not immediate. If you're renting, there's a possibility that it's already available for you. But if you move, you go to a new house where the service is not already set up, it will take days, if not weeks, for you to be provided with internet service. However, there are places, especially in bigger cities, that you can go to use Wi-Fi if you need. Some of the other things were that most apartments living in Amsterdam, basically everything is an apartment. Most people have a small refrigerator. They don't have much space and they utilize it the best that they can. And with this, they tend to go grocery shopping more like every day or every other day, being that they can't keep too much in that smaller space. One thing with the food there is that the variety is less, but the quality was much better. The other thing that I would suggest is just to try to do research on the culture that you'll be experiencing. For instance, in Amsterdam, they would say, or it was said that the Dutch could be closed off, they could be blunt, almost insulting, and it's more that they are just a matter of fact in speaking their mind. They have certain customs that are different than ours. For instance, if it's your birthday, it's usually the person's birthday. They would invite people over and actually offer them a cake instead of the way we're used to, which is on our birthdays, normally we would expect someone to take us out or bring us cake. But if you're aware and you understand more about the culture, you have an easier time adjusting to it. It really can be a wonderful experience living there and meeting people from there and from other parts of the world. It's just good to know what these differences are, what to expect ahead of time, and really just do your own research before you make that decision to move there, because it is not what it's portrayed in movies. It does have difficulties and it is an adjustment, but one that I would highly recommend if you have the chance to live somewhere if it's only